She was born 3 pounds. Her name was Harley as a premature baby girl and is now 5 pounds and 3.8 ounces. And she was able to meet her mom for the first time more than a month after she was born. So thankfully, the mother and daughter are both now healthy and fine and are finally together. And Donna Molina was quoted saying that this was the best Mother's Day ever. Obviously, because that's what made you a mother, and who doesn't want to hold their newborn baby child after getting out of the hospital after not seeing them for a month? And if that's not heartwarming and inspirational, I don't know what to tell you. I can only imagine the stress that this mother had went through, because just to have a baby born 2 months before the due date and having the coronavirus on top of that and being put into an induced coma, it's crazy. I'm just glad everyone's okay. Now, we're going to finish out with this week's Limelight PPDPT. And this week, it's going to go to a nonprofit organization called Do Something. For those who want to lend a helping hand but aren't sure how, Do Something offers users an opportunity to connect with any number of campaigns. From Get Out the Vote initiatives to providing clothing for homeless youth, this nonprofit is like the Google for Good Samaritans. Geared toward younger volunteers, Do Something allows users to select their interest and designate the amount of free time they're able to donate toward any given cause, and will then come up with suggestions of projects or events that require assistance. Do Something's goal is to harness the power of youth's desire for involvement and altruism and focus it into practical campaigns. Like whatever your passion, there is likely a project that needs your help. I chose this organization because of the age of technology that we're in and the instant gratification generation that we have coming up. I know how lazy some people can be when it comes to doing their research. I mean, you look on Facebook all day, you'll get a perfect sense of that. And people looking for ways to help. I know I fall into that category when I was looking for places to volunteer out here, and it wasn't the easiest thing to find. But Do Something makes this easy and user-friendly, and it really gets the youth involved. And in my opinion, if anyone needs to get involved, it's the youth. Now, my favorite part about this organization is that you can get involved in whatever you're interested in. Volunteering for something that you're not really passionate about will only take away from the experience and most likely won't have you coming back. So when you get involved in something that you truly are passionate about, the work you put in will match that passion and your work will really show, and you can really make a serious difference. So I really advise you guys, if you're interested, to check out Do Something and get involved, and more importantly, get the younger ones more involved. So if you got somebody young in your life, be a good influence on them and try to have them be a good influence on their community. So, as I said, we had a packed show today, from the weird bullfrog don't sleep fact to touching on how important it is to have community around to help with addiction, especially during this time. We covered the world, moving in the right direction with the demand of whale meat going down and stricter laws on keeping these amazing animals alive. And a heartbreaking story, which turned out to be a good one, that a mother went through, very traumatic and stressful situation, but came out ultimately all right with her health and a newborn baby girl. And finally, we got that great nonprofit that tailors to the youth and has a ton of categories to fit whatever volunteer event that person, either you or whoever it is, may be passionate about. So overall, pretty packed show filled with positivity. And that's all we really have for today. I had a great time delivering some of this much needed news. I know it was a quick little episode. I'm really excited for next week, but I constantly find myself learning new things every week. Just doing the show, from the unrelated fun fact to the actual details of some of the stories that we cover. It's all very interesting, and it leaves me feeling good, and I really hope it does the same for you. If you have a story that you'd like to share, like we did last week, be sure to follow our social media platforms. We're on Twitter at LL Highlight, and on Facebook and Instagram at Limelight Highlight. And if you'd like to send out emails, shoot one over to limelighthhighlight@gmail.com. And if you'd like to support the podcast, be sure to subscribe, share, and follow on any of our platforms. We're streaming everywhere you find podcasts, including Spotify, Google Play, Google Podcast, and even YouTube. We're on there. It's not actual videos, but the audio is up. Be sure to give the podcast a rating and a review to get us up on the charts and get us on other people's radars. And yeah, thank you guys for listening, and be sure to come back next week. We're going to be discussing one of the craziest homes that are being built. Actually, a few homes that are being built by this person and what they're making it out of. So yeah, tune in next week. I'll have probably the whole podcast will be about that. But until next time, be humble, be helpful, pay it forward, be the best you, and remember, it ain't all bad. I'll see y'all next week. Peace.